Part 19. Do you know what a brand is? After the figure of concubine Ling disappeared at the entrance of the hall, Yi Yang murmured with a puzzled expression. Is this concubine Ling really just bringing me grapes? He didn't even bother him? It's a miracle. He glanced down at the grapes on the plate, and handed it to Xiao Doubting behind him. Xiao Doubting. You are responsible for eating the grapes, but the grape seeds must be left for me, and they will be planted in our Jinyang palace. You can eat as many grapes as you want. Young master. These are the tribute grapes from the Mangyan kingdom, and slaves don't dare to eat them. Xiao Doubting held the plate, although he really wanted to taste the grapes. But he knew that he was humble and unworthy of eating. If you don't tell me, I won't tell you. The ghost knows who eats it. Yi Yang turned back to his room, picked up the brush and continued to draw his distillation equipment on the bamboo slip. Xiao Doubting held the plate with excitement, looked at the emerald green grapes, his eyes were red. He carefully picked a grape, put it in his mouth, and ate the sweet and sour grapes, so excited that he shed tears. It was so delicious, he had never eaten something so delicious. Inadvertently, he swallowed the grape seeds in his throat, so frightened that he hurriedly wanted to vomit, but it was too late. Turning his head to look at the room, seeing that Yi Yang didn't notice, he quickly picked another grape and put it in his mouth. This time he ate the grapes very carefully, then went to the kitchen to find a ceramic bowl, spit the grape seeds into the bowl carefully, and continued to eat the third grape. In his reluctance to give up, he had been eating for an hour before he finished eating a small bunch of grapes. He washed the grape seeds with clean water and gave them to Yi Yang. At this time, Yi Yang also painted all the equipment for the distillation of wine. He glanced at the grape seeds that Xiao Doubting carried over, and said to Xiao Doubting, "Plant all these grape seeds and see if these grape seeds can be used next year." How many grape sprouts? Okay. This was not difficult for Xiao Doubting, who had planted the ground before. He found a small wooden stick and went to the place where Yi Yang had planted the grapes before, prying loose the soil and putting the sprinkled grape seeds evenly into the soil. And just as he planted all the grape seeds into the ground, Eunuch Yun's voice came from outside the door. Yi Yang heard Eunuch Yun's voice and was so active for the first time, and hurried out of the room to greet him. That's right, the bounty bestowed by the emperor has arrived. Yi Yang, who was kneeling on the ground, looked at the eunuchs carrying trays of gold. His eyes glowing, so much money was enough to open a wine shop. After sending Eunuch Yun and others away, Yi Yang sat in the room, looking at the gold and cloth on the table, and began to plan the use of these things. Young master, these satins are really comfortable to touch, and the clothes made of them must be very beautiful. Xiao Doubting fondly touched the cloth of different colors, and had imagined countless beautiful clothes in his mind, and then made them for the master to wear. Yi Yang wasn't interested in what to wear, so he went up to pick 2 pieces of cloth with good colors and said, "Xiao Doubting, these 2 pieces of cloth will be given to my mother at that time, and the rest will be sold." Xiao Doubting looking at Yi Yang in disbelief, "What? Sold? How can such a good cloth be sold? Doesn't it look good in clothes?" "Yes, sell it and exchange it for money." Yi Yang always believed in the truth that money can make a ghost run the mill. As long as you have money, you can retire in peace in the cold palace in the future. But young master, it's a pity not to wear such a good cloth as clothes. Xiao Doubting is reluctant. It's a pity to take out such a good cloth. There are so many clothes at home, enough to wear. Yi Yang didn't bother about the cloth, he kept a few pieces of gold, and then handed the rest of the gold to Xiao Doubting. "All the gold will be handed over to my mother. Let her buy a shop outside and open a wine shop in her name." Open a wine shop? Xiao Doubting felt that he couldn't keep up with his master's brain circuit. Yes, open a wine shop. I have already thought about the name of the wine shop. It's called Chait Shang Si. And then the 3 characters of Chait Shang Si are engraved on the wine cans. Why are the 3 words Chait Shang Si engraved on the wine cans? Xiao Doubting asked with a puzzled face. Do you know what a brand is? Yi Yang asked mysteriously. Xiao Doubting shook his head in cooperation. The brand is that our wine will be sold all over the country in the future. As long as everyone sees the 3 words drunk acacia, they will know that this drunk acacia is our wine. There is no brand definition in this dynasty, and many merchants only sell it in one place. Their own products, even if they sell well locally, if they change to another place, they will have to start from scratch to accumulate popularity. But the definition of a brand is different. After it sells well in the local area, everyone knows that the wine of drunk lovesickness is delicious. At that time, whether he sends the wine to a restaurant or a roadside stall, everyone only needs to see the word drunk lovesickness. I know this drunk acacia is delicious. Xiao Doubting nodded, but he didn't understand one thing, and asked, Young master, why did you choose to sell wine? Xiao Doubting thinks it's better to sell soap. Let's go to make money from outside. Young master, you are so amazing. Xiao Doubting looked admiring. Yi Yang, who was praised, was a little complacent. He picked up the bamboo slips on the table and said to Xiao Doubting, This is a distillation equipment, which is very useful. When you send it out, let my mother find someone to make a set, and then send it to the palace. I want to try it first to see if I can distill wine. What is a real cow? Xiao Doubting asked curiously. It's distillation. Not a real cow. Yi Yang was speechless. Steamed willow? Xiao Doubting still didn't understand. Yi Yang said, I don't want to explain. Yi Yang's plan is good. But the plan will never catch up with the changes.